Super Mario Odyssey, I think, is something truly special. It's got that recognizable formula indicative of all the other 3D installments, but it takes it and then plays around with it. Bowser steals the princess because he straight up wants to put a ring on it. Mario shows up to fight him, gets his ass kicked, his hat ruined, and then finds himself being woken up by another talking hat who wants to go after Bowser too because he took his little sister, who for some reason or another is Peach's crown now. From that point onward, everything makes sense. You're jumping around, throwing your hat, and suddenly, yo! You can possess things by throwing your hat onto it? This blows my mind. Wanna be a Goomba? Throw your hat on it. A fucking T-Rex? Yo! This game will constantly tell you to take a look at the move list in the pause menu, and while I hate hand-holdy aspects of games, honestly, you'll want to get a good grasp on how Mario moves since the game rewards exploration, and a lot of it is dictated by you, the player, and your ability to move Mario. It's amazing how much mobility he has in this game. Spin jump, long jump, bounce off your hat, dive, aim your hat throw with the motion controls to reach things. The list goes on, but I'd rather let you guys just experiment. The worlds you enter are more open-ended, which gives me a 64 or a Sunshine vibe, but they still have moments with a more centered linear challenge to change up the pace. If it's challenge you want, it doesn't get out of hand here, but if you die, you simply lose 10 coins and get set back to your last checkpoint. That's right guys, no more dumb outdated life system. Also, you can warp between checkpoints, so that's cool. In any world, you can go shopping with the normal and purple coins you find in an area to buy different clothes for Mario. And let me tell you, he's got a great fashion sense. When you get a star, or rather a power moon in this game, instead of getting warped to the main hub area, you just stay in that world, a lot of the time from right where you got the power moon. So it doesn't really break up the gameplay with bombastic fanfare like the other titles. But on the other hand, you have a lot of moons that take little to no effort to get. But there are just so many power moons to get that it's jarring. Even after you beat the main game, they had a couple new places to explore, and put in even more power moons. It's crazy. There's over 800 power moons, and while playing the main game, it's pretty easy to miss a bunch of them, unless you've got a keen intuition, or the sense to look up a guide online. The only thing I don't like about exploring the maps is that there are a lot of places where the game just goes dead silent in terms of music. I guess they were shooting for a minimalist track like Breath of the Wild did, which I assume is to avoid getting annoyed by the same song on constant loop, since one can spend a considerable amount of time in the same place. But something just feels missing. Breath of the Wild gets a pass, but I'm not so sure about this game. Don't get me wrong, the songs that you do hear are totally serviceable. I just wish I didn't have the Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack to compare it to is all. The soundtrack for both Galaxy games was really, really good, but I guess they just didn't want to focus so much on the music this time around. The creativity with the bosses and the maps is pretty great. I mean, I won't spoil them, but just know that there are a couple badass boss fights mid to late game, and the new Donk City world is a blast to be in. Odyssey also has a 2-player mode for some reason. One person controls Mario and the other controls Cappy, who is able to kinda roam free while flying close to Mario, but the camera centers on our plumber hero while neither player has a good control of how the camera moves. Also, things like Koopa races straight up stop you from using 2-player mode, so yeah, sure you're sharing with your friend, but there's less content to be had for the both of you. But other than that, this game's got old stuff, new stuff, weird stuff, but most importantly, it's got heart. It's a great adventure with Mario that you can either breeze through depending on your skill level and interest in completion, or take your time and enjoy. Either way, this is one Mario game you're gonna want to pick up. I'm giving Super Mario Odyssey an 8.5 out of 10.
Delicious.